YouTube too. All right, what is going on, guys? We are going to be replacing the chassis on Midnight. You guys can see right here, 124 mile an hour Arrma Typhon. This is the one that you can buy. Now, what I wanted to do is put this bad boy on it. Brand new carbon chassis. Let me try to get some light here. If you guys can smell. I don't know, but I'm going to place you guys over here. So you're going to be able to see it much easier, of course, when I install it on the vehicle. But check this out. Brand new carbon fiber chassis from Power Hobby. This is a short wheelbase, which is perfect for an Arrma Typhon. And we're going to be installing it. So hopefully it fits well. I don't think it's listed on their website yet, but that's the point of this. We're going to be testing it, and it feels really good. There's no way I'm breaking it. So it's real carbon, 7075 aluminum kick up over here as well. It looks pretty good. What's up, man? P80s, love the work, bro. Thanks for all the info. Anytime 80s. Yep, Power Hobby. It's different. It's cool, and it's light. I could almost use this thing as a frisbee. So Typhon, short wheelbase chassis. Whoa, what's that? What's a little bit longer than an Arrma Typhon? Oh, Bahrain. You need a long wheelbase chassis. I just teased it. Just teased it. All right, we're going to be replacing this car's chassis right here. And it's still, for the most part, spanking new. It never went off-road. It never, never went off-road. So we're taking everything off this, and we're putting it all on here. Well, actually, here. That's the right way. So hopefully all the holes line up and match up perfectly. And yeah, so what I'm going to do first, what I would recommend whenever you do something like this, which involves like, I'm taking the whole car apart. I mean, for the most part, it's just the chassis. You want to make sure you have your tools ready and you know what's what. 2.5, 2mm hand driver. Everything is MIP, by the way. I do not use anything else. To make things quicker, we have a 2.5 and a 2mm driver that I'm going to put inside this guy. Okay, so this is here and this is ready. I'm going to put my driver here. And all right. What's up, Andrew? What's up, Greg? All right, so I'm going to actually put you guys over here, and you're going to look this way. So let me see if I can turn this around here. There we go. So now we can see. And all right, so I just have the light on right over there. So here is Midnight. We have the new Castle 2650 kV in there with a rather whopping dinner plate of a gear. X8 SESC, Power Hobby, brushless steering turbo. It's just a perfect, easy, simple setup. It really is. Turn the camera, touch to your right. Ceiling light is, hang on. So I'm actually going to put you guys in each of these tires right over here, if you can see that. It looks horrible, but, hopefully you guys can see with the light. So here we have that. Here we have this right here. I'm going to hopefully bring this back a little bit. I'm really winging it. Okay, so just so you guys can see, bam. I'm going to try to get to comments, but right now I'm kind of over here, so hopefully you can see. What I want to probably do first is take off the wing, only, not that you need to, but just so it doesn't block most of the picture. Or was it better over there? Let me know, because I had you guys on the wall. What's better for you? What kind of looks a little bit easier to see and whatnot? How's it going? How's it going? Camera light is touched to your right. Ceiling light is glaring. All right. Let me know if you guys can see, or if you can't, just say it in the comments, and I'll try to adjust accordingly. If that works, but you're going to have to bounce off. Yeah. Yep. All right. So what I'm going to want to do first, okay. So as you guys could see, hopefully you guys could see, there's a bunch of motor mount bolts over here. Half of them are going to be going into plastic. The other half are going to be going into metal or aluminum. What I want to do first, and just in case I have my handy torch over here because I like to use Loctite on everything. Everything that I know is metal, I'm just going to crack it loose with this. The handle driver, make sure I do it quickly in one shot. Make sure the bit's all the way in. There we go. Just like that. Actually, maybe if I do it like this. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. We have the 2 front steering posts. That one was hard. Okay, so now that we have all those guys broken down, I'm going to start by taking all the 2.5mm only bolts out. And it's just easy to start off that way. It's my personal preference. That's just what I like to do, really. Okay. Maybe if I move it back a little, help you guys see it a little bit better. Let's see. Here, 1 second. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to start with the front shock tower brace. This is going to be the other end of the motor mount housing. Back end, motor mount housing. Make sure it's in all the way. There we go. All right, so the motor mount's pretty much done, and it's out. We have this. Front differential mount housing, which is 4 bolts. Were those Loctite in? Oh yeah. Everything that was metal, I always put Loctite on. If it's plastic, I try to make it as tight as possible without stripping it. But plastic actually holds pretty well without having to really, really put Loctite. There you go. These are going to be the back differential mount housings. That was the clutch, by the way. I don't like having it all the way up because I could strip something out. And there we go. So we pretty much have all the 2.5mm. If you guys could see, 2.5. And for Instagram, 2.5 over there. And I have it on one part of the table. Let me try to move it back a little bit here. All right. How does the carbon hold up to bashing? Well, so let's say you take a hard hit down. Instead of aluminum that can bend, carbon flexes slightly, and then it doesn't stay in the position in which it was hit, whatever force it is. So yeah, aluminum's actually really nice and it's good, but if you take a hard hit, carbon might hold up a little bit better because it can flex slightly, but it's not going to bend and stay that same exact direction. So that's the only difference. Now carbon is susceptible to water damage, so that is the one negative downside to carbon fiber. So yeah, I would say you're still going to have to take different precautions, but everything breaks at the end of the day depending on how hard you hit it. Now I took out the 2.5 and I have the 2mm. I have the 2mm driver on here. Let's see. I think there's something in the way here for my Instagram people over here. All right. I'm just trying to balance it up here now. All right, that seems to be much better. All All right, so what I don't really want to do is ultimately pick the car up a bunch of times, because there's going to be a bunch of parts that want to fall out, and you want to see where everything is at once the chassis comes straight up. So now I'm going to proceed with the 2mm bolts. And really this isn't rocket science here, it's just a matter of taking all the bolts out, putting all the bolts back in. Oh, I see we have our two that would like to be stubborn. That was a clutch. So that's really just telling me, hey, I should probably, there you go. I should really be using a hand driver to break them loose. And there's our second one. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, this is steering servo mount. This is going to be the battery mount now. Just a bunch of little screws all the way around. All right. Keep in mind, I'm still categorizing all the different heads and all the different screws and whatnot. Those Loctite. Yup. How does the carbon? Yup. Great view of the back. The light. Oh, you actually see that? Oh, goodness gracious. Thanks for telling me. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to where it's actually doable for you guys. Or should I just put it back over here? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. Maybe that's good. And then what I'm going to just do is move the light. Okay. Just move the light a little bit. Just bear with me, guys. Alright, that should be fine. Alright. I'm going to try to move everything easily because everything is pretty much wanting to... Actually, I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to hold off. All right. Who is saying, well, carbon fiber, oh, the RC is going down. Yeah, literally. Literally, this whole thing is on this. It's under the knife right now. 2.5, we're going to want to take our rear. The other view for me. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say? Your opinions on the Max V2? I mean, it's a great truck, but you're spending over $500. I'd look into a Creighton 6S. That's exactly what I would do. Just because with how much you're spending, you can get so much more for the exact same money, if not ultimately less, because Traxxas batteries are pretty expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the side guards now. Now I'm going to hold on to these specifically, just because this is probably going to be the easiest thing to replace here. Only because I could just, put it directly on this chassis right here, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start off by putting these in on the lowest. I repeat, the lowest. Is the light better with it off or on? I don't know, you tell me. Either way, I would love to move this a little bit more, but I really don't want to. It's fine. All right, so here's this. Bada bing, bada boom. Now all the bolts to that, just so we don't get them confused. What am I building? I am actually replacing the chassis on midnight, which is my Arrma Typhon 6S, Power Hobby. This is a prototype from Power Hobby, full carbon fiber chassis, and we're just making sure everything goes together well, and and all that. So It's pretty cool. It's pretty high quality, I must say. And it's not because I got it for free, and I'm going to be straight up with you guys. Just because I get something for free doesn't mean it's good. This, I just have a good feeling as of now for it. The quality is good. The the bolt holes when putting the top skid, the front skid plate on, or the kick up, it just went in together perfectly. So that's what gave me a good current assumption of that, hey, this could be a really good product. So let's have at it. Let's have at it. Let's have at it. That is that. Yeah, I kind of like having to be able to sit on the chair while you guys are looking at me doing this. I could see comments and do this at the same time. So that's our left side guard. Our right one is over here. Yeah, this is probably going to get kind of lengthy, guys. So if you want to make snacks, go right ahead. I'm not going anywhere. I should probably grab a water. But yeah, so this is a full chassis replacement on a Typhon 6S. And it's going to be the identical setup, the identical way to go about, just like any other Arrma 6S car. They're all built almost the same, minus some length differences or height differences. Got the new brushless. Service saver broke right away, not available. Yeah, I mean the Grom series, the Arrma Grom series, those things are popping right now. So it's really hard to find an aftermarket, servo saver, in which that does seem to be one thing in the ready to run. Well, anything ready to run spectrum, that's probably going to be something that you're going to want to replace ASAP, is the servo. They're good if you're just starting out, though. All right, so there we go. We have our little mud guards on that, are mud guards. All right, so back to this thing. Maybe I should put this a little bit lower, just like that. I'm trying to get into RC cars. What's good? 10 scale, ready to run drift car that I can buy. I would recommend the Traxxas Fortec. I have one myself. Great car, great transmission. That's what I would go for, 10 scale drift car. It's a touring car, but just put some drift tires on it. All right. High octane. Other than that, I do agree. The Groms are amazing. North Carolina. What's up? Yeah. No, actually, I'm back home. But I was in North Carolina a week and a half, 2 weeks ago about. Good morning, RCCKUPA. Good morning. It's actually night here. It's 7 p.m., 7 and change. Stock dips in the Groms are terrible. Yeah, well, I don't blame you, Mr. Sean. Usually, if you put more power in anything, transmission or diffs do not like to hold up. All right, so with everything that I unscrewed currently, I'm going to put the carbon chassis off I'll put it on my lap. We pretty much have this right here, and there's, I think, 2 more bolts, or maybe not. I forgot how this skid plate, this rear bumper thing goes on. I got this little RPM bumper, obviously from RPM, and it's the wing mount bumper, and I like it. It really makes the whole rear end like sturdier. Yeah, I think I'm good. Okay, I thought I had more screws to do, but there's our chassis, and this is the ass of the Typhon. So I'm gonna put the ass down and chassis. Now, the first thing that you're gonna want to do is throw this away if you have a brand new upgrade, right? No. I want a towel. Here's a towel. Now, why I say that is because, one, I just want to get rid of all the diff grease that's inside here. But so whenever there's a brand new part, and this doesn't have to do with only like RC cars, when I used to work on the real cars, when I used to work on the race cars, brand new part, whether it's upgraded or OEM, whatever it is, you put it next to the part you take off identically. Actually, if anything, I probably shouldn't have put those mud guards on, but it doesn't matter, it's nothing. So, stock. And then here's the upgraded chassis. So, right here. If you guys can see that. They appear, looking at all the holes left and right. They appear to be damn near the same, which is good, which is really good. Okay. You could also put this directly on top and just shine light through it. Not sure if you guys can see. No, it's going to be super hard for you guys to see. But yeah, all the holes are matching up, which is a really, really good thing. So before you get any brand new part, what you want to do, I mean, within reason, if you can measure it up to something else or not, it doesn't have to be an electronic, but anything cosmetic, measure it up, make sure it fits, make sure it's, you know, as it should be. And then you throw it away or keep it because it's a good chassis. Don't throw chassis away. Don't, because they're valuable. Okay, so now what we're going to want to do, oh boy, what I'm going to do actually is flip you guys around. Instagram, YouTube here, bam. All right. So this is what our Typhon looks like right now. It looks like it just got demolished. It really does. Front, center, rear. Now what I'm going to want to start by doing is just putting the chassis directly on top. And yeah, and then we just go from there. And take your time, really. Just because I would be, you know, going at a certain rate doesn't mean you have to. Go at your pace, because I'd rather it done right than left or wrong. That's that. So I'm going to start by putting the front on here without hopefully bending anything. Make sure everything fits. See if it goes on. I think it just went on. Very nice and flush how it did that. Did it really just go in that nicely? I was expecting I would have to, you know, have to grunt into it. Evidently not. So I'm kind of keeping a little bit of pressure here. We're going to take one screw that doesn't have Loctite on it, because I already know this is not a Loctite screw. I'm going to slightly screw it into the top with my hand just to hold it in place. Don't say done left. Some of us are lefties. Hey, my girlfriend's a lefty, and there's nothing wrong with that. So you you want to do it right, not left. Not left. You want to do it correct. She heard. All right, so this here is the first bolt, and it's also not torqued in there all the way. It's really just in there just so it doesn't move, or at least the front end won't move. What's up, guys, on YouTube? Ryan, Agent Flen, Javi Tech, what is up? We are putting a brand spanking new carbon fiber chassis from Power Hobby. These things aren't even out yet. We're making sure it is good for production. That's what we're doing. And this is pretty cool. I'm pretty honored to be able to help them out with this. And it's cool. It's very different, cool. I like it. All right. No, you're all good, Sir Williams. All right, so now we have our handy dandy Loctite eye drops. No, not eye drops. Gonna want to put some Loctite on here. This is gonna be our front steering column or something like that. Once this is in, for the most part, the whole front end's gonna lock into place. All right, so that's like that. I'm not doing it in hard. I just want it to thread in. Same thing with this side. Make sure it threads in. What's up, Watch Your Neck? I am replacing the chassis on my Arrma Midnight, which is my speedrun Typhon, blacked out speedrun Typhon, with a carbon chassis. The carbon chassis is actually right here. This is the OEM chassis. We're replacing the whole chassis. Whole chassis. I'm trying to get it to where you guys can actually see what I'm kind of doing. All right. All right, so we're here. Got that in. Yes, sir, it is nice. It's brand spanking new from Power Hobby. I got it today, and we're testing to make sure it, fits as should. So the most stock Typhon vehicle that I have is Midnight, short wheelbase and all. Now Shockwave, on the other hand, is getting the longer one. So that's going to be another day, another time, because Shockwave is a special build. It's not just like take it apart, put it back together. There are some things, actually, no, not some. There's a lot of things that are not stock on Shockwave. That is. What's my favorite RC car? Good question. Good question. Favorite road car? Favorite truck? Favorite speed car? There's a lot that can that I can answer that with. All right, so this is that. You guys can see. I'm just still making sure you can. I hope you can. Hopefully. Do you think the carbon fiber will react negatively due to temperature change, cold weather effects? That is a good question. It depends on exactly how the carbon chassis is built or layered, or what kind of resin they use, or what filler, or so it depends on all that. It also depends on humidity. I think humidity is a little bit more of a impact point than well, if you get to 100+ degrees, it's that's a different story. But either way. So now maybe if I tilt this up slightly, let's see, like this. Yeah, you guys could kind of see better. Still getting used to this whole live thing. All right, how's that? That looks hopefully more in your direction. Hopefully much better. Yeah, now we can see the carbon. Now I'm going to work on the steering. Whatchamacallit? Oh my god, the steering servo. My brain just went dead. Brain dead. Got to try to find the hole. Got to find the hole. Got to find the right hole. That's stop. All right. All right. So again, if there's one thing that's metal that that is going on, there's 3 or 4 holes that you need screws shot through. Do it lightly with the first bolt, just because you still want to be able to move it around slightly and get all the other bolts in, threaded at least, and whatnot. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. All right, so this is our steering. So far, so good. I mean, every single hole has been perfect so far with this Power Hobby carbon fiber chassis. All right, so we got that. You think it will pull a bus? What Sorry, I'm just reading comments. Which Typhon are you building? This is Midnight, so stock length chassis. Not stock chassis anymore. But Midnight is my blacked out speedrun Typhon that you can buy. Only difference, I'm just changing the chassis from OEM to carbon fiber, Power Hobby carbon fiber. Now that they have the short wheelbase carbon chassis, it's pretty cool. So it's not available yet. It will be very shortly, but I'm just testing it out to make sure all the holes line up. And once it is, it will be available. And this is pretty cool. It's not a GT chassis by any means. It's a direct replacement of the stock chassis. And that's what I'm trying to really test today. Make sure all the holes line up. Just putting a Loctite on everything. And I don't really suggest screwing into metal with a driver super fast. At least do it super slow. Make sure you catch the threads, you do it right. There you go. Let's get this one in. All right, so that's there. 2 millimeter. Now what we are going to do is torque them to spec. Just make sure they're, you know, tight. Just like doing this to anything that's metal going into metal. You think it will pull a bus? Oh, I remember. Eddie. Oh my God, it's been so long. How are you? Hope your New Year's going well. If you guys don't know Ed, I think he was the bus driver that was able to give me the time to pull a school bus with Colossus. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Eddie. Oh my God, long time no hear, no see. How are you? Yeah, that's awesome. He's the bus driver. That was his bus. So yeah, it was legit. We really pulled a bus. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm doing this all right. Got to be careful with the flip now, just because I want to see all the wires, where all the wires are going. I just need to be sure everything goes in place now. Oh, this thing looks stellar so far. It looks amazing. Oh yeah, I want that up above. What's up, Bahrain? Oh, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I'm doing swell. From the camera angle, it's reversed like you're. Oh, that's kind of funny. Or it could be the FPS, the frame rate of the camera, because right now it's tightening, righty-tighty. I don't know. It could just be reversed. But I assure you, I'm screwing them in. Okay. Good to keep track of all the cool stuff you've been doing. I appreciate that. Thank you for keeping up. I can barely keep up with myself. This looks like a drive shaft. Where did this? Oh, I think it went this way. Okay. Because there's just a certain way that I had the wires where it doesn't touch the drive shaft, and you know, we don't want that. Rubs and shorts out, and you are you are screwed. And if you're doing like 120, 130 miles an hour and that happens, you could kiss your car goodbye. Just got to be really careful how you put your wires and all that stuff. That's why I'm taking extra care. Okay, let's see here. I'd rather probably just start with the motor mount housing, which is right here. See if I could do this from the back. All right, so now we have our powertrain locked in, which is motor mount. That's that. Okay, now we're gonna have a bunch of 2 millimeter bolts. It's gonna hold the ESC in and the battery. Yeah, the battery compartment thing. Castle motor, nice. Can you come back to electric? Oh, I always do electric. New motor. It's a 2650 kV from Castles. So for the most part, it is new. It's the V2. Yeah. It's a new V2. What's up, Nicholas Duckett? How are you? Still doing speed runs? On and off, on and off. The road that I run or used to run Spartan on, it's now a live road. There's reflectors and live traffic, and you know, I don't like playing in traffic, honestly. Ironically, as I did Tail the Dragon in live traffic, but that's been on the bucket list, RC bucket list of mine. I've been wanting to do that, and thankfully I did it. Saw, conquered, and we're done. I'm not doing that again. I promise you. Battery compartment, I think. Lowest setting. I have that motor in my crane, the 2650. Do they have a dual motor build? Dual motor for who? Power Hobby or me? I mean, I have a dual motor build. I had to stop running them because the road closed. And that's really the reason why I can't keep running Vision, unfortunately. It's just way too much for majority of the roads down here. What's up, Preston? How are you? How are you? How are you? Clevens. I saw you pop in here. My man, Clevens. Clevens. What is up? I just got back to the hobby after like 25 years. Back when the nitros were faster. Oh yeah, electric. I mean, you can't even compare nowadays. Electric and nitro. I mean, nitro is still cool. The cool factor is there, but you know, it's you have to love nitro to still be in it. You know, if you want things to be easier, faster, more efficient, once you get the hang of electric, it's butter. All right, let me try to not. Oh, yeah, let's not do that. The central wire was underneath the motor mount housing. That was almost a big no-no. We don't want that. Obviously, it's a wire, so we want that either off to the side or on top of some kind of transmit. Yeah, the gear is right there. Happy I found that. Hang on. Should just be able to slide right out. There you go. All right, done. So you're currently restricted for speed runs. How much is it for can't build internal? I don't know. Sorry, I'm just reading comments, guys. Comments. How's the aluminum portion of the chassis fixed to the carbon fiber? So thankfully, I have this other Power Hobby long wheelbase or Creighton chassis here. Bolts go underneath, obviously, but you can see right over here, there's like a cone nut right over there. And the kickup is perfect. I mean, as of now, it's perfect. And it sits nice and flush. It's pretty nice. It really is. And so that's how the aluminum is on the carbon. Just because you can't bend carbon unless you, well, I guess you can't bend it. You have to form it. So, you know, how's the aluminum? Is it easy? Because I see car into electric. Well, I mean, there's a lot to put back into this car because we're replacing the whole chassis. But so that's that. What else? Let me do the Macarena. All right, I have a bolt right here. Setting 1, just making sure all the wires are out of the way. Now we're gonna put the ESC mount. Hopefully I could even see it. Barely. Okay. that is that. Yeah, I'm just trying to avoid all wires from being clipped when you shoot the holes back in. You still have the sensor wire to the motor wires, the ESC wires, servo, like all that stuff, and you really want to avoid all of it. How to get a strip bolt off this sushi off the... Well, for one, I don't like sushi, but how you get a strip bolt out of something, there's a couple different ways to go about that. Couple different ways. How to get a strip bolt off this sushi? I don't know. I don't eat sushi. I haven't dealt with that before. What's he saying, chat? What's he saying? I don't know. There's another bolt. I'm just shooting the rest of the bolts to the ESC mount. There we go. Always get used to using the clutch. Now that we have pretty much almost we have everything in the front bolted in. Now we could shoot the rest of the bolts to the motor mount in, since everything is kind of flush now. Yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Castle 2080. No, that's a what's up, Snow 1432. It's a Castle 2650 V2. It's the new one. How much is it for a new servo and a new remote from monitor? That really depends. Completely depends. They could, I mean, a servo can start at 20, 30 bucks for something poopy, or, you know, 100, 150 for some. What's in here right now is a Power Hobby brushless servo, and for a 94, 95 bucks, it's immaculate. It's awesome. I like it. Out of all the other servos that I've used, that's under the $100 range. That really is my go-to servo, and I've had no issues. So I have like 5 of them in all different cars. Putting some Loctite on here. Oh, let me turn this a little bit. Yes, sir, Mr. Snow. It is pretty cool. There we go. That's the clutch. You always want to use a clutch and just get used to the gun that you're using. I don't know. You're not at RC Boca. Over there like 2 years. Yeah, I hope you're well, Nick. Yeah, I actually left RC Boca. I left. I quit. I quit. You know, in all respect, a fish can only grow as big as the bowl that it's in. That's all I'm saying. That's the reason. Place my Grom servo with the reefs. Yeah. Reefs, they make some really good servos. Power Hobby makes good servos. Believe it or not, I mean, they're kind of expensive, but Traxxas, some of their high-end servos, they're expensive, but they're actually really decent. Used a couple. Front of the motor mount housing. And where'd my ball go? Nick, did you take it? I gotta get a towel. And whenever you shoot a bolt in or screw a bolt in with Loctite, I just like doing this before it dries and gets messy. You just clean the Loctite off the top of just clean the top. It's just, you have a nice car, take care of it, do it right. That's why I'm never going to get out of the habit. I don't care how much of a rush I'm in. It's going to be done right. Done. Done. Now we're going to use our, I think these are 20 millimeter. Front shock tower thing. What's up, guys on YouTube? How are you doing? We're replacing a carbon fiber chassis. Well, not replacing a carbon fiber chassis. We're installing a carbon fiber chassis because we have midnight, which is 120 mile an hour Typhon. He ran the stock OEM chassis because that's what he always ran, and now he's going with the Power Hobby carbon fiber chassis. And yeah, so this is a test. Power Hobby doesn't really have carbon chassis. That's why I'm testing this one out. So once everything here clears, this will be available for sale. Carbon fiber chassis by Power Hobby. Pretty darn awesome. You understand life now? Yeah. Well, I understand maybe a percentage of life, but you know, it happens. It happens. Is what it is. You know, growing pains. I love being there. I love the people, this and that, but you know, can't do that when I could do this, and you know, it's no biggie. Gotta grow. Gotta grow. Like my beard. I have no beard, by the way. What's the speed thing is for the RC car during the Bluetooth? That's it's like a Bluetooth GNSS speed meter. So you get your whatchamacallit, you get your speed a mile an hour with a little device. It connects to your vehicle, and that's that. I like the standard GPS without using Bluetooth, because ever since I saw the Bluetooth like wig out and people were posting on Facebook like, oh, my car did 580 miles an hour, you know, and it was just a glitch. I get it, but I've never had a glitch with my normal speed meter. I have never, I just, you know, stopped wanting to buy one at that point, because it's been happening to a few people regarding the glitches, and I don't want that. All right, so here we got this rear drive shaft. We're going to want to slide this on ever so easily. Maybe I can put it this way. Oh, actually here. There we go. Hopefully Mr. Light can stay. There we go. All right. How much is that chassis? I have no idea. I don't know. Roger Glez, I don't know. So Power Hobby sent this to me to test, make sure all the holes line up with the stock Typhon chassis, and so far we're about 2/3 of the way done with the Typhon. Once I get the thing back together, then you know it will be for sale on Power Hobby. But so I'm just testing to make sure all of the clearances are clear on it. That's all I'm doing. Now we have the booty, the rear end. Yeah, I really like this wing mount right here. I understand that a caged bird can never fly. Exactly, Andrew. Yes. Exactly. Okay, so we're just going to want to slowly get this in here. Make sure we get the drive shaft in. Trying to make sure you guys can see. You guys can see. There you go. Trying to use it to well, this little RPM rear bumper doesn't make putting the rear end on any easier. Or it could be the shocks. Stay tuned with my butterfingers, because I am struggling. Just bear with me. You can already see if this thing is flipped back over, it means I mean business. There you go. Oh, I heard something maybe go in. Oh, it went in, but the drive shaft popped out. Maybe I'm just gonna have to loosen up this. I really don't want to. Maybe I'll just struggle a little bit more and I'll magically get it in. If I curse at it, it'll just go right in. Say a couple mean words to it. It's usually how it goes. Make sure the wheels are out of the way. Well, the hubs, yeah, hubs are definitely metal, aluminum. Oh, I think it just popped in. Oh, yeah, definitely. There you go. All right, so 100%. It was really the RPM whatchamacallit thing making my life difficult right here. But that's no big deal. Now, before you even shoot bolts into it, spin the pinion gear. There you go. Drivetrain is intact because you don't want to be like, oh, all right, it's back on. You shoot all the bolts in and, oh, axle pops out again. And you got to take it all apart again. It is what it is. All right, now we got bolts, 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 bolts. 1, 2, 3, not that one. 3, 4. Okay. Oh, and SDRC. Yeah, I've seen they have some really good servos. Okay. Make sure the wheels are up. Smaller size of my 4S lipos. So the only size that well, in the Innovation RC battery line are the 10,000s, but you can get the what's it called? You could get the standard race line, the white and green batteries. It's almost the same thing. The Innovation RC batteries, they just have wider solder tabs, and sometimes, well, if you get the ones with 8-gauge wire, and, you know, so IRCs are really 11,000 milliamp, but I'd rather under it than over it. We are replacing a carbon fiber, oh my God, second time. We're not replacing it. We're installing the Power Hobby carbon fiber chassis, making sure it is good to go onto market. And so far, this is that the last bolt already? Oh no, it's second to last. Damn, we're flying through this thing. So I'm pretty much just testing out the all the bolt positions, make sure it's, you know, good. And so far this is our last bolt already. Whole chassis swap. Just making sure we did that. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. Why am I sweating? Okay, well that was pretty nice. I'm gonna shoot this wing back in now. We're almost done here. Almost done here already, which is actually, I didn't think I'd be this quick on this servo. Oh my God, I mean on this chassis. It's been a long day. Making sure we line the holes up right with the wing. Alrighty tighty. Nice. Okay. Is that everything? I guess it is. Whoop-de-doo. Let me put all my tools back. All my tools back. All my tools back. Looking good. Thank you, Randy. Awesome. Yeah, this thing, it went on pretty well, pretty easy. It looks thick too. Let's see. How can I don't know. Maybe like this, like this. I don't know, maybe like that. But this thing looks awesome. It really does. And this is the OEM chassis right here. Let's try to keep this thing upright. All right, so we did it. Good job. Good job, guys. All right, so am I using the stock spur? Absolutely not. The spur is, I don't even remember. It's like a 34 or 39 or something like that now. Yeah, all my speed cars are never stock regarding the gears. This Midnight Typhon, though, speaking of gears, I built it from the ground up, and I use limitless diffs instead of Typhon diffs. So naturally, this car is going to be about 12 to 13 miles an hour faster with the identical setup. That's just the difference in the gear ratio in the transmissions, front and rear. We have 2.8s in this thing compared to an OEM Typhon, whether it's TLR or the regular 6S. It has a 3.1 or 3.3. I think it's the 3.3 actually. Either way, it's faster with these diffs. All right, let's catch up on comments. What am I planning to do with Typhon with the Carbon? Well, right now I'm just testing it on this, on this car. I do intend to go back out to the speed run, but I recently got back from my vacation in North Carolina, so I didn't do any speed runs. I'm going to have another video out of the Big Rock using some pretty big tires, so it's really cool. It's really bouncy. But yeah, so that's the next couple things up, and then I have a secret project that I've been working on that not a single one of you know about. Yeah, so it's cool. I've been keeping it hidden for about a year. I just have to work out a couple kinks in the pump. What's up, Rob? What's up, Gendriel? Preston, she's a beauty. Yeah. Yep. Gorilla Bear Tech. It's my first ever Fisker Big RC. My biggest the Revives of an Arrma. Awesome. I think we're good here. And there's the setup. I'm trying to put this light just so you guys can see. It's kind of hard to see, but very clean, very easy setup. It's nothing overpowered, nothing too crazy. But this is 110 mile an hour on 3S capable with the gear I have in there. Yeah, I never ran it on this yet, which was actually going to be the video I intended to put out before I went to North Carolina, but I wasn't fast enough apparently. What's the acceleration like with the Castle motor? I mean, it depends on your gearing. You can have a crazy acceleration based on your gearing. Yeah, the Big Rock is pretty awesome. Unfortunately, I think I bent the rear. Oh my God, I bent the rear shock tower, and that's going to be eventually replaced with a JBIRC super duper thick tower. So he's making those now actually. Yeah, your rise will blow me out of the water speed wise. Well, actually, I will combat that. I have one truck that's extremely expensive, that's extremely slow. You could probably run faster than it. It's Colossus. He has a top speed of I think 18 miles an hour on 6S. He doesn't need to run 8S, but he just runs 6. When he pulled the bus, he was only doing 5, if that. But yeah, there we go. Project complete. All right. So this Power Hobby chassis is pretty it's pretty legit. Front kick-up is nice too. Very high quality. And I'm sure Power Hobby's going to put a post out when they'll be available. I'm more than sure. But yeah, I'm going to actually get back to him right now and tell him that this is good. This is good. This is good. And yeah, here is Creighton chassis. So there's more stuff in the works with Power Hobby. They're doing some good stuff regarding the higher end speed aspect, or the modification aspect of these Arrma cars, which is great. Really is great. Yeah, so it really did go together quite well. It wasn't hard at all. Wasn't hard at all. Everything is not. Everything is not. Oh yeah. Nothing ever goes back together easy. It's easier to take it apart. Way easier. Love the Arrma chassis. I don't blame you, Gorilla Tech. Yes, sir. And this chassis is a solid paperweight now, I could certainly say. This thing is sweet. It really is. I'm gonna put this right here. There you go, maybe. Yeah. All right, we're good. All right, so what time is it? I don't have a watch on me. Both my phones are here. Let's see, 8:05. Good. Oh, wow, so that took an hour. That took a little bit under an hour to do the whole chassis, actually. Did I really put all the bolts in? Yeah, I did. I didn't believe myself. 5:05 my time. We are 3 hours apart. Oh, wow, 5. So you're West Coast, I believe, Gorilla. Any estimate as to when Power Hobby will have this listed for sale? I do not know. I don't know how many chassis they made, but you know, obviously now that I'm going to give them the, hey, this went on perfect. I'm going to tell them to, okay, go ahead with the Typhon chassis. I'm going to have to, where'd the other chassis go? Did I lose it? Oh my God, here it is. Regarding the Creighton chassis, I'm probably going to do that one. I don't know about tomorrow, but I'm probably going to do it Monday. Probably Monday, I'll replace this chassis, and I'll make sure that it's also good to go too. Cool. And RC Live. What is up? I don't know your name. Squiggly line. How are you? How are you? How are you? But yeah, so these, I mean, this thing went on pretty well. I bought my 7-year-old son a 4S Creighton. Awesome. That's a lot of truck. That's really good. Yeah, don't talk about your location. People know I'm in Florida, you know, so you don't even want to live here anyway. So let's see who else is on. For speed runs, do you prefer X8S or XLX2? That depends. Throat Punch Catering. That is really a solid name, I would say. It honestly depends on your motor, depends on how much distance you have, depends on the KV of your motor, all that. For this application, where there is a, oh my God, I did again, 1512, so it's not too big of a motor, 2650, you could get away with an X8S because a smaller motor doesn't need as much amperage to push itself. Could you run an XLX2? Yeah, you know, but 2650 is perfect with a X8S. I will genuinely say that. I'm going to try to put this maybe over here. All right, let's see. Looking up the 10 series Castle for my Grom. Yeah, that's the best thing to go with now. My gearing on my Arrma infraction is stock spur gear, which I believe is a 46-tooth pinion gear, upgraded to 16 to 18-tooth pinion. That was already. Yeah, it should do at least 70 with the speed pinion gear. All right. I think we're good. This I'm going to do another time. But if you have a short wheelbase like a Typhon, Notorious, or an Outcast, this chassis will bolt directly on it. Let me try to get it. It'll go directly on it, which is great. What is going on, guys? How are you? How are you? Happy New Year. We just replaced this, oh, not this, but we replaced a standard Arrma Typhon chassis. Just finished that. And we installed a brand new Power Hobby carbon fiber short wheelbase chassis, and it's pretty cool. Power Hobby is actually getting into the whole carbon chassis game. I know that they've had their GT chassis, which is pretty cool, but these are direct replacements. You just literally just take it off, as I did, and you slap this one. Well, not this one, but the short wheelbase one. This is for a Creighton, so this is going to be another one that I'm also going to be testing out. Happy 2025. Yes, sir. It is the year of Black Ops 2. It's the future. It is the future for sure. How do you get to the pin on the rear bottom suspension arm? Creighton 4S. Oh boy. You're gonna have to take off the bumper, and then there's gonna be 2 bolts that hold a red aluminum hinge pin brace thing. take that on. You're going to want to take it off with a 2mm driver, and then the pins, grab on with some pliers and pull them out. How do I know that? Because I've touched everything and anything Arrma. Just make sure you keep the pins clean. So obviously when you take them out, get some WD-40. I'm pointing up there, but get some WD-40, spray it on towel, clean the pins, and that's my advice for you. Do it right the first time. Advice is good. Advice is good. No problemo. It's that simple. Yeah. And, you know, worst case scenario, you know, if you're unsure how to put something back together, take a picture of whatever you do before you touch it and then do it. And then take off that part, take another picture so you see how it goes back together just in case. And eventually you'll be able to change chassis like it's nothing. And then eventually you'll know how to do everything. That's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it is. All right, so I'm going to put Midnight over here. Okay. Midnight is all good. He is happy and slightly lighter now. Slightly lighter. Just totaled my RC car like an hour ago. Oh, sorry to hear. Thoughts and prayers. This emoji or whatever the hell that is. I'm sorry. Yeah, so we're just about good here. Okay, so I do appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the $1. Whatever it's called. I don't even know. I'm new to this live stuff. Thank you earlier. And I'm so late, but you opted for a 1512. Yes. Yes, Mr. Armor Freak. But yeah, I do appreciate every single one of you. And I want to say this real quick. If you have any other suggestions regarding like what you want me to talk about, whether it's advice or whether, you know, carbon. Wow, this is light. Carbon, whether it's whatever it is, let me know on Instagram, and you know we'll talk about it, whether it's ESCs, motors, you know, all that crap. You know, I'm sure I can help you guys out as well. And also I do appreciate all the donations, you know, for any donations. I appreciate it all. So advice is free, absolutely, and I thank all of you guys regardless. So yeah, every donation actually goes to help building the channel, and it does. So hopefully I get to do this a lot more. I would love to do this all day long. I really would. So that's my ultimate goal. Well, I mean, not being live all day long, but, you know, doing live hopefully once, twice, 3 times a week instead of once a week. But, you know, it's got to be there. Do you recommend CB? What's a CB chassis for the track? CB carbon? Maybe carbon. I mean, for the track, I mean, you know, you can't go wrong with carbon. You just can't get it wet. If you're looking to shed a little bit of weight off, yeah, you know, but it's not ultimately a lot. You do need a little bit of weight for the track just so you could get the tires into the dirt and the ground a little bit more. You know, so you have traction. Weight means traction usually. Carbon fiber, yeah, so it doesn't matter. I mean, I've ran my TLR Typhon on the stock chassis, but you know, for speed runs, 1000%, it just goes well with the whole supercar look. I would definitely go carbon fiber. It looks good, super strong. If in case you crash, it's not going to crump, it's not going to crinkle. It's going to slightly flex and go back. That's just what that is. Carbon fiber, yeah. So that's my take on that. Great video info, thanks. Now back to showing. All right, Ninth Island RC. All right, have a good one. Rocky Mountain Bashers. What is up? What is up? What's up, Donnie? Thank you. This is a Power Hobby carbon fiber chassis. This is the first regular OEM replacing. Well, not this one. We actually have one here on Midnight. Oh, right here. Carbon fiber, we like the carbon. We like to see it. Arrma Typhon, this is the short wheelbase one, and then I have a long wheelbase Creighton. And who knows, maybe in the future they'll have more different, you know, variants of chassis, other brands, this and that, and you know, all that. So they're actually doing some decent stuff. Arrma 6S, yup. Arrma 6S. This is a Typhon 6S right here. I just replaced the OEM chassis. This is OEM. That's carbon. And it went on perfectly. It went on super smooth, easy. I had 0 hiccups, all while talking and narrating, which is even more difficult. Yeah, so that's the Arrma 6S. Yep. And then this is going to be for the Creighton 6S or anything else long wheelbase. Now, XL WB, which is going to be a 7th scale, like a Mojave, oh my God, a Mojave, Fireteam, or Big Rock 6S. That's not, I guess, not out yet, maybe. But this is just for a standard Creighton, and this is going to be for your short wheelbase. So that covers like 85% of the whole Arrma line, minus the 7th scale on-road cars. That's awesome. I have 3 Arrma 6S trucks. Well, I'm sure Power Hobby is going to put a post out regarding this vehicle, and they'll, I mean, you know, if you're not following Power Hobby on Instagram, I would definitely follow them because there's a lot of updates and other stuff on there. Instagram, I think that's where they update all their stuff, but I would definitely go there, and you'll know firsthand when they actually launch and release whatever new parts that they have, you know. So that's pretty good. Let's see what else. That's a massive longer wheelbase chassis typically. Yeah, more stable mile. Yep, exactly. So Shockwave actually is on a Italian chassis, which is basically a Creighton chassis, but I think the mount is moved forward slightly just because it was a race truggy, the Arrma Italian. It was a legit race truggy back in the day. Does that Creighton chassis have the long short center drive shaft? No, this is a Creighton chassis. So I mean, you can still put all the Italian stuff on it. Well, actually, maybe not. No, this is just a Creighton, and I think that's why they're discontinuing the Italian, because the braces are different, and you might have to swap the drive shafts back and forth. I'm pretty sure. HB Racing, Umi Power. Yeah, so very, very nice. And check that out. They have their own little Power Hobby thing sketched into it. It's real, guys. It's legit. Ouch. You just got a felony. Any tips or nah? Don't crash it. What goes up must come down. It's gravity. Newton's, I don't know, something wrong. That's the tips that I have. Goes for any RC car. Drive it within your means. That's probably the best thing. Drive it within your means. Drive it, enjoy it, get used to it. You know, that's 100% what I would recommend. Yeah. Yeah, nice and courteous gameplay. Yeah. It's good. It's nice. It's legit. And that's pretty much what I did over here. So they wanted me to make sure everything fit directly on a Typhon 6S chassis. It does. So that's the point of this live stream over here. So we took off the stock chassis and we put on the brand new Power Hobby Carbon chassis, make sure all the holes fit, nothing is like, you know, off, and it went together well. We have a completely built car right over here. And it's slightly lighter. It's not a big difference, but you know, I like the fact that if I do hit something, it's not going to bend up like the stock carbon chassis. Oh my God, the stock aluminum chassis, it's just going to slightly tweak and then go back. So that is a plus regarding carbon. I think, you know, on impact, carbon might hold up a little bit better, because force going this way is like, this thing is super tough. It really is. I've never owned a Felling. What's your favorite car in my collection? My collection? I don't know. I have a lot of mutants. Oh, here's one right now. I don't know. I mean, Shockwave was the one that really jump-started the channel because I put the EDF on him. Yeah, and that's what gave me the idea to make TwinTurbo, which was the limit. Oh, sorry. Here's Shockwave. And that is actually now, you know, long wheelbase and completely revamped and all that. I think it might be Shockwave, which is a stretch Typhon now. I'm going to say that would be my... I can't say he's my favorite because I have a bunch of cool cars. I think that's my most nostalgic car. That's the one I appreciate the most. It had the most blood, sweat, and tears at the beginning. What about 153 mile an hour? Oh, the Spartan. He's my favorite speedrun car. He's a GT, and he's fast and he's very stable. I think he did 160, 159, and then the GPS rode 159, so that's 160. But he did 160 and called it off there. I mean, yeah, exactly. I love them all equally, and God, there's so many new cars. This is one of them right here. Brand new for 2025, Silverback, and I've teased them a lot on Instagram. So for you guys, not Instagram, this is YouTube. You guys go on Instagram. I'm teasing things that I'm launching months ahead of time. Do I like nitros? Absolutely not. I don't like. Well, no, I like them, but would I want to own one? Nah. I really don't want to keep up with the maintenance, regarding them, and that's all. So I would say I like them all equally. Midnight, Shockwave, Silverbacks over here, and there's a bunch of other, Vision. I'm looking at one car in the back that none of you have any idea about. That's going to be the one that you're probably going to like. I would say that you guys would like the most, I would say. Because it's different. It's something you cannot just throw together, and you can't get the parts from any hobby site because it doesn't include all hobby parts. What's up, guys? What is going on? All the guys who just came in. We just replaced OEM chassis on this Arrma Typhon 6S Midnight, and just put the brand new Power Hobby one on. It's pretty nice. So just testing it, making sure that everything is, drilled right and whatnot. And so far it is. It's not changing. Yeah, but I asked for tips because it's my first Arrma too. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, regarding Arrma, it's just another brand. I mean, if it gets wet, just dry it off. There's really not much you need to consider otherwise. It's just another car. I have a granite. Very nice. Okay, so we seem to be, for the most part, good and done. Good and done. Okay. These were the tires I ran 11 miles with on the Big Rock. It's like all the tread is still on them. It's amazing. Way to go, Pro Line. Okay. All right. So we are just about good and done. Good and done. Put the body back on the Shockwave here. There we go. Okay. For a second, I thought something wasn't lined up. Everything feels good in the chassis. The drivetrain is rolling freely. Nothing is bent. Nothing is cut too short, too long. Everything is good. Good job, Power Hobby. Good job. This is my live with you. This is my live with you. Oh, nice. Nice. Pist 01. I have a Creighton 8S and I want to achieve at least 85 miles an hour. Well, I hope 85 miles an hour. Any suggestion? It's late. It's late. On what to do. I mean, so you just need a lot of torque and you need a good ESC. That's probably the number one thing. The number two thing that should still be number one is getting good batteries for it. You need a lot of torque, a lot of power. You need good batteries. That's what I would recommend on that. And probably going to want to go with an XLX ESC. You don't have to run 12 or 14S or anything, like that for 85. You could probably do that on 6. Get an 1100 kV, 20 series Castle motor, XLX2, gear it on 8S. You'll probably be around 80, just like that. And if you want to go even faster, just gear up more. Gear up till it blows up, basically. This is your first live seeing me. Oh my God. Hi. Hi. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm still trying to get used to the whole live thing. I don't know how to integrate it because I'm using two phones. Let's actually have both you guys meet each other. Here. This is Instagram. And this is YouTube. So yeah, I have two phones here. I got to figure out how to integrate all of it. CNHL Q8, what's up? What is up? What is up? That's good not to call me. Yeah, basically. My first live seeing you. Hi from India. What's up? What's up from Florida? Infinity like mirror. Yeah. So until I mean, that's really me just saying I don't know how to integrate like Instagram and YouTube lives in at one, just one kind of thing. I just got to do more research. So it could be more, professional. Yeah, so that's that. And to figure that out, I'll just keep using two phones, for the most part. Infinity, yeah. Great video. I am glad you enjoyed RC Speedster. All right, what time is it? 8:26. You did a great job. Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, I'm gonna try to have live videos go on at the same time I normally launch videos, just not the same day. So 7 o'clock Wednesdays, I guess that would split the week in half. I guess that would be good. And I just try to stay consistent with that, the whole 7 o'clock thing. And I'll be on for like an hour and change and whatnot. So I'm gonna try to do that, and yeah, great video. Appreciate it. Did a great job. Thank you. You did a good job. Good job. You did a good job. Oh, if you guys haven't seen the purpose of the video, which is right here. Maybe I should have kept this up. Either way. Yeah, anytime, Trailblazer. Thank you guys. Thank you. Just saw your Tail of the Dragon video. Wild ride. Oh, Old Man of Mountain. Thank you. Actually, I just got done uploading it, and it's going to launch on Saturday. The whole video in one shot. Well, for the most part, just the whole drive in one shot. It was over 29 minutes. And yeah, so that's proof in the pudding that it is the first RC anything to not only safely, but to successfully complete Tail of the Dragon, 11 miles in one shot. These were the tires, and so that's going to appear this Saturday, and I'm pretty much done. Have a great night. Take it easy, Mr. Ed. It was nice talking to you once again. Yeah, so Ed makes a great point regarding going to bed. So that's also what I'm going to do too. Arrma Freak, take it easy. Take it easy. And yeah, so I guess what else I'll do, like any other projects or testing that I have to do regarding fitments, I'll do them live, and I'll answer questions and whatnot. So I do appreciate it all, and keep in mind anything that you guys donate, wherever the donate button is. I have no idea. I'm not asking you guys to, but just know that whenever you do, it goes to supporting the channel. It's not getting me a vacation to, like, I don't know, Dubai or anything like that. That would probably be buying a new tool of mine to work on a car here. I love doing this stuff. I really do, and I would love to do it more. So all right, so we're just about done here. I appreciate all of you guys once again. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a good night. I need a vacation probably. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm trying to find the end button, by the way. I'm not good at this. Okay, stop.